Good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Monday, Chief Forecaster for Rowan County Weather. It's about 10 minutes till 3 in the afternoon on Tuesday as this is being recorded. Wanted to give you a quick update on the wintry mix that we could see coming into the county during the overnight hours tonight. Models are really starting to line up and lock in on pretty much what I've been thinking for the last couple of days, especially in terms of the areas that will likely see any kind of accumulation of icing in the county. Let's go ahead and take a look and get you to where you can see the radar and how things are currently going on around the country right now. Here's our system right here. Let me turn on the drawing tools here so we can kind of circle it up here. So here it is right here. This is the system. It's continuing to move east, and it will continue to move this way during the overnight hours. And as it does, and it makes its way into the county, we'll see some moisture out ahead of it start to build up. You can see it starting to get pulled in, especially in areas right down here, starting to get pulled in off the Gulf, and that'll continue to just throw moisture up our way. So we're going to have the moisture in place. We're going to have a low making its way here, and we're going to have cold air in place. The problem is we have the one ingredient aloft that's going to be a problem for us, and that's the warm air aloft. So we'll get the chance for some wintry mix in terms of maybe some freezing rain and some sleet, but the factors in play are going to keep us from really getting any kind of snow. I mean, it is possible that the mountains could see snow, which is, normal. There could be some snow in the foothills, but in terms of what we're expecting here in the county, we're probably not going to see much of any snow at all. We could see a few wet flakes mixing in. I'd say if you're going to see it, it's going to be really close to the I-40 corridor. And folks, you always maybe wonder where the I-40 corridor is when I refer to that. And you can see on the map here, there's I-40 right there, this line that runs through here. And when I say I-40 corridor, I'm mainly talking about this portion of the county that is kind of right along where I-40 runs. So it's, the Cleveland area, places like that, and, up in that northwest corner of the county. So whenever I refer to I-40 corridor, that way you'll know exactly what I'm referring to. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what the Weather Prediction Center is continuing to show in terms of winter weather. As far as the best chance for ice accumulation, this would be the expected amount. And again, you can see, really, if you go look over the next 24 hours, right around Cleveland up toward the northwest corner of the county, maybe even in toward, Coolamy, heading over to Davie County, over toward Statesville, if you're looking in Iredell, probably a glaze to a 1/10 of an inch of ice expected there. That's not to say that like Salisbury, China Grove, Rockwell, places like that won't see at least a period of freezing rain or sleet happening during the overnight hours and maybe into the early morning hours tomorrow. But what is going to occur is the simple fact that, it's the best chance for accumulation, again, has been and continues to be right there in that Cleveland area. So everybody else, you could see some accumulation maybe on the top of your car, on your windshield, maybe elevated surfaces like your porch, your deck, something like that, maybe on some bridges. But as far as some actually accumulating on the ground and anything that's lower than an elevated surface, really, again, that northwest tip of the county has the best chance for it. Let's go ahead and switch over now and take a look at the models. I'm really going to focus on two of them at this point. These are the rapid refresh models, the ones that are really updating hour by hour from this point on to give us an idea of what we can expect. This is 10 p.m. tonight, and we'll go ahead and take a look at what it's showing here. So as we're going to go hour by hour, this is 11 p.m. You see some isolated showers starting to make their way into the southeast corner of the county. And let's get just a little bit closer here. So there we go. You can see they've got Rockwell, Granite Quarry, Salisbury, Spencer, Woodleaf, Cleveland, China Grove, Enochville showing on the map here. So again, this is 11 p.m. This evening. We'll now go to midnight, still seeing some isolated showers around the county. You can see up in like Davidson County and places like that, there could be some mixing that might happen. We'll continue to see how that plays out. We're now going to 1 a.m., starting to see a little bit of mixing right along the western border of the county with what could be some freezing rain or maybe even some sleet mixing in with some cold rain. This is now 2 a.m., 3 a.m. You still see mainly rain. 4 a.m., 5 a.m. starting to see some mixing again right along the western border of the county. And then we'll head on into 6 a.m. now, starting to see it really mixing in up in the northwest corner again, right along that I-40 corridor, still a little bit in the western corner of the county, western portion of the county. And we're now going to go to 7 a.m. And you see more of it really starting to come into play now, right around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Cleveland, Woodleaf, places like that, starting to see more of a sleet, freezing rain, maybe even a rain mix. Again, you could see some wet snowflakes mix in, but I really think we're looking at more ice in this situation here. And again, accumulations are going to be very minimal, with the exception, again, around that Cleveland area. Woodleaf could see some, maybe a glaze to a tenth of an inch in those areas. But otherwise, again, the majority of the county, not really going to see much accumulation at all, if any. This is now 8 a.m. You see, I'd say mainly areas west of I-85 will see some sleet, freezing rain mixing in with some rain. Going on 9 a.m., you see everything, the warm air starting to come back in, pushing all that cold air back to the northwest corner of the county again. So Cleveland, you're probably still in play with some mixed precipitation at that point. Woodleaf could still be in play. This is now going on 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. You see mainly a cold rain going on. There is still a little bit right along that western border of the county. Still is a potential for a mix. Now 11 a.m., basically all rain, midday rain, and it stays rain pretty much the rest of the way through. So let's back it up again. We'll get back to around 10 o'clock tonight again and give you another perspective of a model. So again, this is 10 o'clock tonight, and we'll start going hour by hour. This is 11. This is now midnight, 1 a.m. Or no, excuse me, this is 10 o'clock tonight. Got off on my timing here. Now 11, midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., starting to see some isolated showers move in. 3 a.m., still rain. 4 a.m., still a cold rain. 5 a.m., still a cold rain. 6 a.m., starting to see some mixing in, I'd say right around the Atwell area, maybe even Mount Ola, with maybe a mix of some freezing rain, indoor sleet with some, with a cold rain. This is now 7 a.m. and here you go, the western part of the county, pretty much China Grove, maybe Granite Quarry, Salisbury, Cleveland, Woodleaf. Enochville could see some of this. You'll see a mix of, again, freezing rain or sleet mixing in with rain. This is now 8 a.m. and pretty much I'd say areas I-85 west, seeing a mix of sleet and freezing rain, maybe even some cold, wet rain there. 9 a.m. Still mainly west of 85, continuing to see that. 10 a.m. Pretty much maybe Atwell, Cleveland, Woodleaf, areas in that, pretty much in that northwest corner of the county, and maybe some of the western areas, continuing to see a mix. This is now 11 a.m. Again, mainly focusing in that Cleveland and Woodleaf area, staying in that northwest corner of the county. Could still see some along maybe Atwell, places like that. This is now going on 12 noon. And again, right along the western corner of the county up through Cleveland into that northwest corner. This is now 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Still a little bit hanging on, mainly freezing rain in just a small portion of the western border of the county there. And then by 2 p.m., it's all rain. So again, everything's in play for us to see some wintry precipitation mixed in tomorrow without question. It's more of it's more of how long will Cleveland and maybe Woodleaf and places like that get it. Again, I think those are the areas that we'll see the chance for at least the best chances of accumulating on the ground, trace to a tenth of an inch as possible. Otherwise, I think the rest of the county, again, you could see some sleet, freezing rain mix in from time to time. The majority of this is going to be a cold, wet rain and very little chance of any kind of icing except on elevated surfaces. Again, maybe your steps, your deck, your top of your car, bridges, things like that. So I'm not saying go out there and let your guard down and go speeding down the road, because even when it's raining, it's still slick out there. So, again, be careful with that. But we'll continue to keep you updated. I'll provide another video late this evening. I'm going to be going out with my family later. We're going to go take a look at the the lights at the Speedway. So it'll be, you know, I'd say 9, 10 o'clock tonight, maybe even 11. I'll get another video up for you just to give you one more idea of what we can expect as we go into the overnight hours. But for now, continue to enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. We're in the low to mid 40s out there around the county right now. Mostly sunny skies. It is very nice out there, with the exception of the fact that it's cold, and it's going to be even colder tomorrow, and it's going to be a little miserable for us whether we get the wintry mix or we get a cold rain. One way or the other, it's just going to be miserable. So it's a good day to stay inside maybe and have a nice super stew. Anyway, we'll keep you updated as always. Thank you for following Rowan County Weather, and enjoy your Tuesday, everybody.